So I want to discuss SOG and cold steel and the message that I have to GSM Outdoors, who just recently purchased both of these brands. Don't screw this up. Well, what's up, knife lovers, addicts of the edged tool? Thanks for coming back for another video here at Gideonstactical. Now, guys, I have some interesting news and just really my take, and hopefully GSM Outdoors will see this, my take on cold steel knives, which GSM Outdoors recently bought last year, and this year they've acquired SOG knives. And what my perspective, my feeling is on this, and my message, to them as a company. They've already sent me 2 knives. I've reached out to them, so I'm already in communication talks with them. And I hope that what we see in years to come from both of these brands, SOG and Cold Steel, will continue to grow our love for them and not make it become lackluster and then begin to cause the Cold Steel name and the SOG name to be pushed to the shelves as knockoff Walmart showcase brands that they're just trying to crank out the door. Because last year they bought Cold Steel knives and we were all super in the community, like, what's that going to look like? And from what it seems, the carryover designs have really done well. This model, particularly the A10, is one example of that with the new logo. The fit and finish seems to be on par. The materials that they seem to be using, they didn't like take the A10 and start putting it on like HCR 13 MOV or something. They're keeping the materials and even in some cases upgrading the materials to some of the iconic classic carryover models that we've loved from Cold Steel for years. Now, the real test will be with Cold Steel now this year. They have several models coming out that are kind of new designs and or redesigns, and moving forward in the years to come. Are these designs not only something that you and me, the knife user, want to use? Is the quality and strength there, with the, say, the triad locking mechanism? I know they got some new locking mechanism that they're releasing. We'll see. It may be awesome. It may be kind of a joke. I don't know. The materials, I've seen that a couple of the fixed blades look like they're doing like 41/16 or maybe 40/34 steel, which is very, like, they do a decent job, but kind of like low-end steel, to be sure. So, where the brand goes as a whole on the Cold Steel front, we will see. The carryovers seem to be doing well. Now, on the opposite side, they bought SOG this year. Now, guys, SOG, up until 2 years ago, was kind of that, like a joke knife company is basically what they had become. They basically had like the SOG Seal Pup still around, and like 1 or 2 pocket knives that were still decent, but the rest of them, they're all like really budget, terrible quality. It just looked like something that you'd go, to the knockoff kiosk, in the mall at, and that's what you were going to get. They're just terrible angles. I was not interested in almost anything SOG was producing. Then they started to create USA-made products like the Pillar and that whole series, and I was really impressed with that. It was basically like a souped up S35EN USA made SOG Seal Pup, and I was like, yeah, this is dope. I mean, I like this. And several of the other models kind of around there, I was like, wow, this is like really good. And then a year or so ago, they came out with the XR series and their AT series. They redesigned a bunch of their models from the Flash and the Aegis and the Trident, and for the most part, those were awesome. They upgraded the steel to D2, which was a big improvement over AUS 8. And I was just really happy overall with what I was seeing with the designing and the materials and what the direction that SOG was going. And then recently they have a whole new line I'm hoping to get my hands on this year that looks to be very impressive. Several USA made products. All of the designs seem to really connect with me. It's almost the entire catalog for 2022 I want to test out from SOG because of the materials, the designing, and the features that are included on those designs. So it's awesome that SOG is going that direction. As just one example, this auto right here in their SOG TAC AU series is just amazing. I love it. It's a great, well-designed tool, and it's a great design. And so my comment for particularly GSM Outdoors, having just bought it, that's always makes us in the knife community nervous when a big conglomerate, and if you're not familiar with them, they're basically a giant conglomerate that owns, I don't know, 15, 20 different brands, now Cold Steel, now SOG. They own a lot of like hunting is kind of where they've got their start. So they have a lot of like hunting brands under their umbrella. And what I hope with the purchasing of SOG and Cold Steel is that they're trying to make a bigger name for themselves and really, you know, make themselves well known in the knife industry, which for hunters, you know, they use knives to clean and process their game. So I mean, that is in theory a good thing. When a big company grabs a hold of something, oftentimes dollar signs are all that matters, and not, you know, the staying true to the model and to the customer. And like the theory of the tool that they originally had started with, SOG and Cold Steel, you know, being small companies for a long time, meaning like family owned businesses, you know, in that regard. So, I mean, we'll see, time will tell. And my hope and my message to GSM Outdoors is to not screw this up. Don't screw up SOG and don't screw up Cold Steel. Invest, hear from us, the knife users, because both brands, particularly SOG in recent years, has really turned a corner and been extremely impressive. And the worst thing in the world would be to see the quality and the materials and the features just go completely downhill to where they're just back kind of where they were, of just slap them up every holiday season at, you know, Walmart and Cabela's, and let's crank out as many as we can and crank them out all overseas. So that's my message, and that's my kind of hope. Now, currently, again, on the Cold Steel front, it seems all the carryover stuff is good. The one thing that I have heard some complaints when I've read through forums and read through some of the comments is more on the warranty side, because now they're owned by a conglomerate. Trying to get warranty processed, and even talk to someone who kind of like knows about the material. They're juggling like 15, 20 brands. And so the warranty personnel that have been communicated with from you guys, you know, the GT family, is kind of like lackluster. They don't really know what they're talking about. And sometimes it's hard to get models and designs, you know, fixed. And the warranty could be a long-term issue and just be a lot of hoops, or, you know, whatever. So that's the only drawback that I've seen so far, is warranty is being possibly trickier with SOG coming down the line and Cold Steel. Hopefully they change that and are really on the ball with that, and take care of us, the knife users. And if they do, this is the benefit. We will continue to come back. We will continue to support the models and designs and features that you have for the next 10, 15, 20 years. If you stay true to what has already been created, what made GSM Outdoors want to buy Cold Steel and SOG in the beginning, if they stay true to that and not stay true just to the dollar amount in the short term and look at the long-term game, they can really make a difference and possibly even take these brands to the next level of quality and material. And, you know, you're looking at Cold Steel and SOG as on par with premium blades, say from Lion Steel, and you know, from Benchmade or Spyderco, and like those type of brands, and they're competing heavily with those materials as well as fit and finish, and taking care of the customer. So guys, that's my take right there, and that is my message to GSM Outdoors, and I hope they follow suit, and I hope that the best is to come for Cold Steel and SOG, and not the worst. And I've got my fingers crossed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say, and just seeing your guys' thoughts. And if you have had any experiences with GSM Outdoors, what has it been, good or bad, so that we can get a good feel going into 2022 and 2023, what these models are going to look like, and how they're going to take care of us as customers. So appreciate you guys so much. Check out the other videos. Subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Throwing up content like this every single week. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.